In January 2025, a post went live that shook the entire Nigerian entertainment industry. The legendary singer Innocent Idibia, the African Queen crooner, had publicly announced his separation and filed for divorce from the woman he'd been with for over 2 decades, Annie Macaulay-Idibia. But this wasn't just a breakup. This was the final explosion of a 25-year love story built on an unsteady foundation, constantly threatened by a ghost from the past. The public thought they knew the full story, the cheating, the baby mamas, and the public fight. They were definitely wrong. There was a deeper, darker, more agonizing secret that truly destroyed their marriage. A secret Annie confessed made her feel like a secondary character in her own life. It wasn't just infidelity, it was the unbreakable connection between Tubaba and his first baby mama, Pero Adeniyi. A connection so strong that Annie once cried. Tonight, we unravel the bitter truth. We expose the final, shocking rumor and one secret Annie could never conquer. Welcome to the deep dive. I'm AX. For over a decade, Tubaba and Annie were the ultimate Nollywood fairy tale. We saw the lavish Dubai wedding. We watched them profess eternal love. But behind every fairy tale is a shadow, and this one had a name: baby mama drama. This isn't a simple story of a cheating husband. It's a tragedy about a man who couldn't break free from his past and a woman who couldn't accept not being the first and only one. Prepare yourselves, because the secret is not what Tubaba did, but what he couldn't stop doing. The story starts in 1999 in Lagos, Nigeria. Annie Macaulay was just 15 years old when she met Tubaba. Their young love was immortalized in 2024 when she starred as the lead in his hit music video African Queen. She was his queen, his first, but as the star rose, his loyalty fractured. The fourth line in their relationship appeared early and drastically. In 2006, while they were on again and off again, news broke that Tubaba had gotten 2 different women pregnant at the same time, Sumbo Ajaba and Pero Adeniyi. Think about that for a second. A devastating double betrayal. Annie was heartbroken and walked away, but the love, or perhaps the obsession, was too deep. When Annie eventually gave birth to their first daughter, Isabella, in 2008, that beautiful child was already Tubaba's 5th child. Annie confessed on a reality TV show, saying, "Do you know how embarrassing it is that the first woman to have 2-faced child isn't me? She married a man whose family was already established with other women, and that pain was the slow acting poison in their marriage." The years after the 2013 wedding were not the peaceful co-parenting era the public imagined. The main force of destruction was Pero Adeniyi, the mother of Tubaba's 3 children. In 2015, barely 2 years into the marriage, reports claim Tubaba was caught on camera passionately kissing Pero in the VIP section of his own Lagos nightclub. Annie, upon hearing the news, allegedly rushed to the club, but the rumor that circulated suggested Annie was deliberately diverted by the club management and locked in a room, only to be released after Pero had left. This incident shattered the illusion of a clean break with the past. But the real secret here, the fear that consumed Annie, was that while the other baby mama, Sumbo, had moved on and married a pastor, Pero was still single. Sources close to the couple alleged that Annie was constantly on high alert, suspicious that Pero was always waiting in the wings. This created a marital dynamic where Annie was not just figuring her husband's infidelity, she was fighting a ghost of a love that refused to die and the unspoken pressure from his entire family. The slow poison reached its lethal stage in September 2021. Annie took to Instagram in a furious, now deleted post, calling out her husband publicly. A shocking accusation. Tubaba was spending nights under the same roof with Pero and their children in the United States under the guise of simply visiting his kids. She lashed out. What kind of man takes his kid to Disney and spends nights in the same apartment with his kids and their mother? A few days later, an explosive audio was leaked where a distraught Annie was heard threatening to scatter everything.
My husband told me I had a shoot today. Only for him to pack his things and his stupid cousin Frankie helped him plan it. His family does not love me. They hate me. They've been giving talking all of this behind my back. I don't deserve this.
This public drama brought out the worst in both families. Tubaba's brother, Charles Idibia, hit back with a truly scandalous rumor of his own. He accused Annie of trying to control the singer and even suggested that she and her mother were using charm or Juju to keep Tubaba. This was not just a fight between a couple, it was a full-blown televised family war, further cementing Annie's feeling of being unloved and never worthy to the Idibia family. In March 2022, on a reality show, Annie broke down completely. She cried about the emotional turmoil and having to constantly defend her position as the wife of a man who belonged to everyone. The secret was how their marriage was a battleground, not a home. The ultimate secret that destroyed their marriage was simple but profound: the lack of public respect for Annie. The pattern of infidelity and the constant open ties to Peru eroded Annie's public standing and her inner peace. Some commentators even argued that Tubaba had opened the door for the public to disrespect her, weaponizing his cheating against her.
One man of the beauty to just sexually
deal with one woman.
Annie was a successful actress and entrepreneur, but her entire identity became tied to the chaos of her marriage. There was a widespread rumor that became a deep wound for Annie: the insinuation that Tubaba married her not purely out of love, but out of pity or obligation. He once admitted he chose Annie because she was the woman who had been with him since his poverty stage, before the money and the fame. For Annie, the wife, the mother of two of his children, and the woman who had fought for him for 25 years, to hear that she was chosen based on loyalty to the past rather than unadulterated love in the present must have been the final bitter blow. In August 2022, Tubaba issued a public apology expressing remorse for the embarrassment and hurt he had inflicted on Annie.
Terribly sorry for allowing myself dialogue with the same nonsense.
It seemed like a true attempt at repair, but it was just too little too late. By late 2024, rumors had begun to spread that the couple was no longer living together, quietly drifting apart. Then came the final shocking announcement in January 2025: separation and divorce. In the immediate aftermath, fresh rumors emerged, swirling around the cause of the final split. One unconfirmed speculation suggested a dramatic final betrayal involving a very close family member. Meanwhile, another report linked Tubaba romantically to a politician, Honorable Natasha Osawaru, though her aide quickly dismissed it was a fiction. The tragic truth is that for Annie, the marriage could never move past the shadow of his 7 children and 3 different baby mamas. For Annie, the secret that destroyed them was the unshakable foundation Tubaba had built with other women before he married her, which he could never truly dismantle. In the end, the fairy tale of Tubaba and Annie Idibia didn't crumble from a sudden shock. It was destroyed by a long, prolonged, exhausting battle that wore them down little by little. Annie's fight was always against a reality she signed up for, but one her heart could never fully accept. The biggest takeaway from all of this is that fame, money can't erase a complex history. The secret that destroyed their marriage wasn't one single infidelity, it was the impossible expectation for Tubaba to choose only one woman when his children ensured he would always be connected to 3 or even more. Now, I want to hear from you. After hearing the rumors and the shocking confessions, what do you believe was the real final secret that eroded this 25-year journey? Did Annie fight a battle she could never win? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive gave you a new perspective on this iconic celebrity story, do me a favor, smash that like button and hit the subscribe right now. Join the Klopi Studios community for more honest, raw breakdowns of the biggest untold celebrity stories. Until the next breakdown, keep seeking the truth.